Fever down. There we go. There we go. It's at 3.17. Let me first play 17.22 Aaliyah.
The Seattle Storm thought they could push Caitlin Clark around again, but they were in for a surprise. After that hard foul from Skylar Diggins back in August 2024, the final meeting of last season, the Indiana Fever had unfinished business heading into their first 2025 matchup. But what no one expected was this. On a night when Clark had her lowest scoring game of the season with just 6 points, her teammates rose to the occasion in a big way. Aaliyah Boston, Lexie Hall, and Kelsey Mitchell delivered a performance that not only made history but completely shut down the Storm's aggressive play. So how did they pull it off? We're breaking it all down in this video. This wasn't just a win, it was redemption. If you're backing the Fever, drop a comment below saying, "I've got the Fever, let's go."
After the last 2 games against the Valkyrie, after the last game against the Las Vegas Aces, a question many of us had was, who's going to step up on this Indiana Fever team when Caitlin Clark doesn't have it, when the shot's not falling? If she's not able to carry this team, who's willing to step up and show up when it matters the most, when it's time to buckle down and get this team a victory? Folks, after the last 2 games, I just wanted a win tonight.
Picture this, August 18th, 2024. Caitlin Clark is in the middle of one of the most pivotal moments of her rookie season. The Indiana Fever enter their matchup against Seattle riding high. Clark is on a tear, aiming for her 3rd straight game with double-digit assists. Lexie Hall is having the best performance of her career, and the Fever are dominating the Storm on their home court. But then everything changes. No one could have predicted what came next. Then it happens. Skylar Diggins made a move that left fans outraged as Caitlin Clark tried to engage with the home crowd in the final minutes. Diggins, walking off the court, delivered a body check that quickly became the center of controversy. The replay made it clear. There was definite contact, and it didn't look accidental. Social media erupted with fans and analysts alike, calling out what appeared to be intentional targeting.
Okay, by now I'm sure you've seen Skylar Diggins assault Caitlin Clark after Indiana blew out Seattle. Now, was that jail? No. Would it be a fight in the NBA? Yes. What I don't get is the Seattle coach here is the one complaining after the game is Skylar. Tears in her eyes, being like, how dare Caitlin embarrass me? How dare they beat us by 30?
That's how intense the reaction was. Dave. Portnoy's post about the incident racked up over 250,000 views in just the first 20 minutes. The moment went viral almost instantly. Fans were split, but the majority saw the situation for what it was. While Caitlin Clark stayed composed and handled it with class, the frustration was written all over her teammates' faces. The tension was real and it was far from over.
Hey, ladies, grow up. They didn't take their starters out in time. What are you talking about? And here's what I love. You think Caitlin's going to back down because they're crying? Like, how can a rookie embarrass us? What do they keep beating us up like this? How is he so good? No, Caitlin doesn't back down at all. She's like, hey, sip it, Skylar. Shut up. Stop crying. She literally mouths, stop crying. I'm not sure if it's in this video.
The Storm players acted like nothing had happened, just walked off as if they hadn't made contact with the league's biggest rising star. That made things even harder to watch for Fever. Fans at home? Some believe Seattle was intentionally trying to stop Clark from reaching her assist milestone, and the entire tone of the game shifted after that moment. It became a turning point, not just for Clark, but for how the league and fans viewed the Storm's approach. The incident sparked a narrative that Seattle was crossing the line, targeting rookies and playing overly aggressive with the league's young talent. That perception stuck, largely because of how clear the contact was and how casually the Storm responded afterward.
The league doesn't know what to do with Caitlin Clark. They don't know what to do with the Indiana Fever. It's not just her, Aaliyah Boston, Mitchell. Oh, this team is coming together and Caitlin Clark is loving it. She's laughing at you, Skylar. Imagine that you bump her and then you have the audacity to complain about them. Just play ball. You didn't hear Indiana crying when they started off 1-9. They just got up, off the mat, started. That's a shot.
What no one realized at the time was that this single moment would ignite a fire in the fever that burned. For nearly a year, Caitlin Clark remembered. Her teammates remembered. The coaching staff remembered. They had all been waiting for the right moment to show Seattle that those tactics wouldn't work anymore. The fever had matured since that night in August, fast. Forward to June 24, 2025, the rematch. This was their chance at redemption. But here's what made the revenge game even more remarkable. Caitlin Clark picked the worst possible night to have her worst shooting performance of the season. She had been on fire all year, but from the opening tip, something was off. Could see it in her form. The shots just weren't falling, not even close.
Mark behind the back and goes right to the window on Wheeler. Excellent. It's up to 3-ball by Dantas, and looky here, looky here.
Clark finished the night shooting just 3 of 13 from the field and missed all 6 of her three-point attempts. Numbers that would usually spell trouble for Indiana. Heading into this West Coast road trip, she had been averaging 19.8 points per game. Now, with just minutes left in the fourth quarter, she was stuck at 6 points, her lowest output of the season, and at the worst possible moment. The Seattle crowd sensed it. They got louder with every miss. Convinced they had, Clark rattled. Just like last year, you could hear the buzz rise every time she pulled up from dépassé to watch the shot bounce off the rim. It was the same playbook, trying to shake her confidence in the biggest moments. But this time, the story wasn't going to end the same way.
Beautiful feed to Aaliyah Boston. This Mitchell goes right in at Ezzy Magmagor and scores. Oh, Aaliyah Boston, a 30-pack tonight. She's still on fire, she does.
But here's where the story takes a powerful turn. While Caitlin Clark struggled, her teammates were quietly gearing up to make history. This wasn't the same fever squad that had been pushed around the previous season. These players had spent the year watching Clark carry the team, and now when she needed them most, they were ready to rise. Aaliyah Boston led the charge. She started heating up in a way fans hadn't seen before, tacking the rim with purpose and intensity. Every drive was more forceful than the last. Boston wasn't just scoring. She was sending a message with every basket and the Storm. They had no answer for her determination. The game had shifted. Dan Boston was leading.
Hook pass Aaliyah Boston. Yeah, it goes down on her. Now spins on Ezzy. Nicely done. And Boston scores. She's
8 points allowed on their home floor.
Aaliyah Boston, just straight line drive.